It's day 70, you guys. We have one more sleep, and I feel like I didn't get much accomplished today. I watched my grandson and my grandpup. His daycare center was closed, and although I've been packed, now it's like the little odds and ends, the finishing touches before I go. And having him with me today really disrupted that, and I didn't have patience. He's at that 2.5-year old defiant stage, and I didn't have the patience for it. And then the crying and stuff. And right now I'm feeling rather bad because I lost my patience, and it was primarily because while I think I had physically had, the packing is done, mentally I'm trying to get ready for the trip. And if I'm gonna, deviate from that, it's gonna be with adults and people hopefully that don't try my patience. And he doesn't mean to. He's 2.5, but it's the habit that I'm trying to break. Learning how to just be like, I want to help you, but I really can't. I can't do it. And so often, as women and wives and mothers and caregivers, it's natural for us to want to put the needs of everybody else before our own. And sometimes we have a false sense of I don't know, is it, I don't think it's like togetherness. It's a false sense of, I can't think of the word, but in this example, like I told you, my bags and things have been packed, but now I'm doing the finishing touches. And I have been very intentional about trying to make sure that I'm not scrambling at the last minute. And so I really needed to probably not have him. I had contemplated going to this open interview that would have been last night, and it would have had me have to spend a night in Detroit. And I made the decision not to go because for this reason that, I didn't want to fall behind. And I don't think I'm behind, but I do feel like, there were lots of things, other things that I could have been really focused on, but I was caring for him and trying to make sure that he wasn't in things. And so, yeah, I'll do better. You know better, you do better. And it's one where it's like, I guess it's just difficult. I know they're both working adults, and you need childcare. And when your daycare center closes and you have a relative that's right nearby, who do you go to? So yeah, so I was there for my family, and but then kind of lost my patience, and so I feel bad. But I have a dinner date with some of my old coworkers, and I'm going to go to it because I enjoy their company. I've not seen them in a while, and I think that it is important to foster those close relationships and cultivate them, especially when you find people that are your age. And even it becomes harder as you get older to make new friends. And so I am being very intentional about accepting invitations, being mindful of what invitations I accept, but then also accepting them and going out, because when I do, I find that it really pours into me, and it feeds my soul. So gonna go and come home, and luckily my flight doesn't leave until like 5:20 in the evening tomorrow, so I have all day. The only things that I have to go do are get my allergy shots at 1 p.m. and pick up my dress. So then it's to the airport. So just getting all of these little odds and ends and finishing, but the heavy lifting is done. So gonna give myself grace and just, I'm glad I could be there to help them. I wish it, was a little bit better situation and I didn't lose my patience. I mean, I really felt bad. I called my daughter and apologized to her. I was talking to my husband. And he validated me and said, he's at that stage. And my daughter even said he needs discipline. And, but I want to be cool because he's still so young and informative. So that's it. I have something I wanted to announce today, but didn't get to it. So hopefully, I'm definitely shooting for tomorrow because it is tied to this trip of ours. It's like how I said hours, but a big announcement, and I think that it will just, excuse me, what I'm announcing will really bring us together as a community. A lot of you guys are just now subscribing. You just became aware of me, and I'm taking you along on this 41-day solo adventure, and I can't wait to share it with you. So on that note, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get ready for dinner, and I'm gonna talk to you guys tomorrow. So have a great day. Take care.